Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here's Anthony McFarland. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
McFarland, the ball carrier.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
A gain of 15. And the Steeler first down.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Out of the gun, Dobbs. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory.
Schuster.
It's a big play there for the Steelers. 58 yards. First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Tossing this out wide to McFarland. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Well, if you know, that's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know,
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And that is incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds. And they'll spot it right at the 20.
20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. On first down, McFarland. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Taken down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, They go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Dobbs looking to throw on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Got an open man. It's Washington. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Complete to James Washington.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They're going forward with the option right, and he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
The tackle.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 20. And the Steeler first down.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
To Jalen Samuels.
From 13 yards out. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
At the 23-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. This is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Browns, nothing.
They'll run on first down. McFarland, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. Taking it in. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. You can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
He was brought.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Forced out to his left. Drops it off for Chubb. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Rosas to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
Ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Out of bounds.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. McFarland running out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Justice Hill, 73 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis. And now look at him go. The 30, the 20, 10. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards.
At the 7-yard line.
And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. And
he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch.
On the return, the Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Dobbs. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On 1st and 10, Dobbs looking deep downfield. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
On the deep ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Dobbs. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. Operating from the gun, Dobbs. Incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing again. Dobbs. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On first down, Dobbs to throw. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
James Washington.
A 24-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are going to take the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action. Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
From the gun, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded in the end zone. And we will not see a return to start that. Half as this will be a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this? And he's into the clear. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Justice Hill.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Made at the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
Again, they run with Hill. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
He was tackled.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first.
A gain of 7.
An effective 7-yard third down conversion. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
7 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as he'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now they toss out right to Hill. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Justice Hill, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers are going to take the lead.
His kick
and he puts it through.
Makes the score Steelers 35, Browns 28. Chris Boswell to kick.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
10-10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, exactly.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
On the tackle.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10. At the
play fake. Mayfield. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
It's taken to the 26. And that'll go as a 57-yard punt with a return of 12. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase,
rush coming, and he's taken down. Mack Wilson came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd down.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Eluding the pressure right, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and stitch into the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
1st down, Steelers.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Johnson with a burst, a 1st down and more. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Joshua Dobbs with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. The Browns drive about to get started. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns get a score closer. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
On the return, the Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
At the 21-yard line.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. My music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nut.
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. What'd you say, 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught one as well.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Dobbs. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Dobbs.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener. And it's a first down. A great Monday night to wrap up the weekend football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Dobbs. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's got some space here. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play that time out of Chubb. 41 yards. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 13. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Back to it after the pick six. Mayfield, he's going to let it fly. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
They'll take over.
Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense. That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain
from the 34 now. Here's first and 10. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Second and 5. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man.